Hey.
Hi everyone, welcome to another Concord and Victory interview, and today we're here with Orla from InvestIN.
Our first question for you today is, can you please tell us about the mission behind InvestIN and what is your role at InvestIN?
Yes, of course. My name is Orla, and I am a Global Schools Partnership Manager at InvestIN. And what I do is work with schools like yours, like many schools across the country and globally as well, to try and help students in preparing them for success beyond school. So delivering skills workshops and helping students and teachers make sure the careers programs are designed for students to succeed. And that kind of blends nicely into the general mission of InvestIN, where what we try to do is bridge a gap that exists between school and industry, as ultimately we have identified that students aren't 100% prepared for the world of work. And whilst they're still at school, there's definitely opportunities for them to feel really, really empowered to know what they can do with their futures. So we do that by providing them with the ultimate work experience programs with InvestIN. So that is what we do, and that's what we're trying to achieve.
Thank you. Could you bring us along maybe like a typical day at InvestIN, like as a student, what it would look like the different activities, like the timings, and yeah.
Of course. So there's different options for this, different answers. So at InvestIN, with our ultimate work experience programs, we run these as weekend programs. So these can be one day on a Sunday in either November or March, or you can attend a summer experience with us in July or August for either a week or 2 weeks or 2-week premium. So for the weekend programs, the typical day would be the one-day program where students would come to us. We're based around UCL. We use the venues there. And we bring professionals along to coach students for a range of different seminars, simulations, and activities, all to do with the industry that they are interested in going into. So you can select one of 15 different industries that we have, from medicine to engineering to fashion design, hopefully something for everyone. So you would learn from those professionals and get to trial it out for yourself on the weekend program. To be specific about the summer experiences, your typical day would be, if you come to stay with us in our accommodation at UCL, you would wake up between the hours of around kind of 8 till 10, have breakfast with us that we provide in our accommodation. Then we would walk you over to the venue for the day, depending on what career you're on. That program would start at around 11 o'clock, where you'd be introduced to professionals, given activities for the day. You'd break for lunch, so you can have lunch in London, usually in central London, or on different site visits. You might be out and about. And then you'd come back for an afternoon session. And within those kind of sessions, you'd be looking at things like learning how to suture if you're on our doctor program. You'd be looking at things like designing your own garments for a fashion show if you are on our young fashion designer program. Each program has specific activities you could do, but that is what a typical day would look like for a student.
What is the application process for your program, and how do you choose the students that you accept?
Sure. So actually, we do not have an application process at all for InvestIN programs. As we are a fee-paying service, so students and parents would pay to attend an InvestIN program. It's just registering online. If there are any students that are interested in receiving a fully funded bursary place, then the application process for our summer experiences would be about writing why you would want to attend such a summer experience and what you're hoping to learn from that. And all information for that can be found on the website if you feel you would like to have an 100% scholarship to the program.
Thank you. So as you said, InvestIN is a lot about work experience. So could you tell me like what kinds of hands-on activities can students expect in the summer experience?
Sure. There are many experiences to point out here. So as I mentioned, with our doctor program, which is one of our most popular, students get to go to a London teaching hospital for 2 days of the summer experiences, where all the activities they get up to there are pretty hands-on. So we take them to a simulated ward where they work with dummies who actually have pulses. They can speak. So essentially, they'll be practicing their bedside manner, apologies, and be testing themselves out in these emergency situations. And that is all guided by a doctor. They get to learn how to take blood at the hospital. So lots of things for the doctor program. For engineer, they get to go to Lasham Airfield for a day on the summer experience, where they're guided around by the people who work there. They get to take apart engines, see how different aircrafts are made. So activities like that. For our artist program, we do live fashion drawing masterclass. So this is, we get a model to come in who will be wearing different garments in different ways, and they get taught how to kind of quick sketch using different kind of shading. So they're practicing their life drawing exercises and techniques with a fashion model. So that is just a few, but every single InvestIN program has simulations and activities which you can find on the website. When you go to each of the programs, you do the drop down, see the calendar, and you can see the activities that every student will be getting up to.
This is a bit more of a law-based question, but what specific skills or experiences will I gain during the program that can strengthen an application to a top law school?
Sure. So our law program is really about exploring, especially for our summer experiences, exploring many different specialisms within law itself for you to kind of get that head start before law school in understanding what is required of lawyers working in those different fields. So in terms of those key skills, you'll be working on negotiating, on communicating, and working as part of a team. For the law program, for example, within the first few days, you do a exercise which is all about criminal law. So it's from the point of arrest up to the verdict, where lawyers will coach you through every single step of that process. And they give you advocacy training. They let you know how you can put together your arguments. And they kind of coach you through how you can best public speak that, whether that's in court or working with a team as well. So you get to trial out lots of different things and really get to know what skills are needed of you and to try and perfect that as much as possible on the experience. They also then give you a masterclass of how you can apply that through kind of written application. So how you might be able to write about that experience to help you get into those top law schools.
Does the program include any kind of like mentoring, like people, like staff, support staff? Yeah.
Yeah, so I can speak you through the kind of structure that we have on InvestIN. So beyond just kind of law, for all of our programs for our summer experiences, every student will have a PAL. That stands for a pastoral and activity leader. So these will kind of be grouped into 20 to 30 students will all have the same PAL. And this will be your point of call when it comes to kind of evening activities and for any pastoral needs that happen outside of program hours. So they always report back to their PAL. So you have that kind of person in charge of your safety that you can go to at all times. On the program itself, you have a range of different delivery team members. So people like myself who work on the programs, who are all trained in top kind of safeguarding training. We are there to see the kind of steady flow of the programs. You have professionals who are there who can answer your questions at points when we have kind of dedicated panel Q&As. Before sessions, after sessions, you can ask them your questions. But also in the program, you get to work alongside university students who are studying that subject. So for example, when you're looking at the law program, you can actually get, kind of feedback from students. You can ask them about their studies, how they got into their school, how they're finding it. So you have multiple kind of contacts that you can go to throughout the program. For the artist program, for example, with those university advisors that we have, they can actually coach you on your portfolio. If you bring your portfolio in, you can show it to them and they can give you some one-to-one advice. So there's many opportunities for you to get your questions answered and for you to make a good impression for those professionals.
Are there any new careers or updates being introduced to 2025 programs?
There actually aren't in terms of new careers. We've been running for over a decade now, InvestIN and our summer experiences. And there have been times where programs, we've run different careers such as video game design and journalist. We just didn't quite see the uptake of those from students. And we think that following the last 2 summers, we've really perfected the careers that we have. And therefore they're really, really ready to go and more students to enjoy them. So that's why we have our 15 careers. If we do see overwhelming demand in different industries and careers, we will consider them. But at the moment, we're confident with what we have.
How can students make the most of an InvestIN program to enhance their university application or career prospects?
Great question. I would say to make the most of the program is to fully get yourself involved and immersed in it. So we have many different opportunities to work with other students, to work alongside those professionals. I would say the students that really, really excel on the programs are ones that just are ready to face the challenge and to kind of trial out things that might be slightly in their stretch zone, because they learn so much. And you can really see when students walk away from InvestIN programs and they've built that confidence in themselves. So I would encourage students to get involved with every opportunity, even if you're someone who's interested in going into family law, but there's a day that's dedicated to criminal law. Well, throw yourself into every opportunity, and that's how you can really see what your strengths are and maybe what your development points might be. And then you can really write about it with honesty and authenticity in your applications. And I think always thinking about the skills that you are developing and those learning points is great to reference in applications.
Do we have any questions from our audience?
I have a question. When Orla has presented to us before, she mentioned there might be a discount code. There's still a discount code, Orla?
There is indeed a discount code. So we have worked closely with Stowe over the years. And as an InvestIN partner school, so that's what my team do. We partner with schools and we're able to provide them with opportunities. There is a 10% discount code for students at Stowe School. And that is simply just Stowe 10 in capital letters. So Stowe 10. So you can get 10% off all fees. If you do go to our InvestIN website, there are often pop-ups of discount codes that might be 15% as well. So I'd really recommend everyone going to the website, but no matter what, every Stowe student can get 10% off.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Is there anything we've missed, Orla, do you think?
I don't think so. I think that's mainly everything. Speaking about the programs. Yep.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.